Everyone knows I love getting an email from my dear friend Mike Cohn, and yet again, this week I got another one. So I thought we'd talk about it. He says, when a team says we can't do all that by this date, many leaders make the same mistake. They push harder. They restate the deadline. They repeat the importance. They ask for more effort, more creativity, or more commitment. But once the team has told you the work will not fit, pressure is usually the wrong next move. Your job at that point is not to force a better answer. Your job at that point is to find a better solution. That starts by treating the gap as a shared problem. Instead of asking, why can't you do it? You should be asking, what's making this too big? Or what part is driving the complexity? Or what would a good version of this look like? Or what could we defer and still get the outcome that we're looking for? These questions shift the conversation. These questions change things. Now, the team is not defending an estimate, they're helping solve a business problem. And that is where leaders add the most value. Sometimes the issue is scope, sometimes it's a dependency, sometimes one edge case is making everything larger than it needs to be. Until you understand that, pushing for the original ask usually creates a worse plan. A smaller, smarter solution delivered on time is often far better than a bigger promise the team can't actually keep. Well, excuse me. So when the team will not fit, when a team says the work cannot fit, do not treat it as resistance. Treat it as information gathering. The team is showing you where a real problem is. Your role is to help them decide what matters the most, what can move, what can shift, what version of the issue, what version of the solution solves the problem well enough for now. Because planning works better when the request belongs to the leader, but the solution belongs to everyone. Mike, once again, I couldn't agree more. I feel like sometimes we get so hung up on the problem that we almost skip the solution, which I know sounds wild, but I've seen it, and it doesn't make things better. So I think that if we come across work like this and we find that we're constantly pushing harder, what I'm sensing here is that most organizations that I've been to have gone through this. And I call it the grind or the hamster wheel, where they feel like they're constantly churning, but they're not getting anything done. Sometimes because they have too many things in flight and they're not honoring WIP limits, but other times it's exactly what you're describing, that they're being asked to do something unreasonable and then being pushed or driven until they say, hey, I told you so. We just can't get there. We can't do that. And I think that's a big part of the problem. So we need to work harder to try to figure out exactly what that looks like and how we're going to address it. Because I think if we do, that's when we're really going to pick up and get to the heart, the core of what we need to correct and what we need to fix. So, Mike, thanks again for another wonderful email. That's going to do it for this episode. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, learn more at agiledad.com. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.